All right. So we're live now, sir.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Luckily, they can't see my stupid face.
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna YouTube this one.
Yeah. Yeah, this would be the one to fucking YouTube because I look like death warmed over.
We'll do a. I guess we'll call this a presents one or whatever, since
Yeah.
it's just you and me. But we kind of went into this blind. I know you're not feeling the greatest. Richie's not here. This was kind of going to be his episode because we had him do the desert island exercise. I'm honestly genuinely curious to see what his answers are for that because I know
Right.
he's got very cool and eclectic tastes. So really generally curious to see what he has to say for that. So that'll be a future episode. Little spoiler alert. We've got Desert Island on deck for our third member here, Richie, who's not here right now.
Yeah.
So anyway, I kind of was like, hey, I know you're not feeling the greatest, but let's just do a couple quick little things. So what uh what are you playing right now? What's stealing your free time?
Um, so playing right now, still Pokemon Legends Arceus, however the fuck you say it, which we always go through every time. Um,
Arceus.
Arceus. Uh, the show on PlayStation 5.
How do you like that?
Um, I like it. I've got to figure out. I I must have made the fucking difficulty way too easy, so I'm gonna have to adjust a little bit because I just threw a perfect game for the second time. So I've got to be. I have to have something off on it because I'm not that damn good. Um,
Those games are pretty tough too. I don't know, especially if you're like me and you just swung at every pitch.
yeah,
So,
yeah, and that's the other thing. Like it's really good. I've been playing the Road to the Show, so I've got my own guy, and just playing through the minor leagues and just playing my at bats, and then I of course took advantage of the uh, the Otani path, so you can play as a pitcher and a position player at the same
oh,
time.
cool.
Like, so you can make your player like I'm a left fielder. I should have done catcher, but the left fielder and pitcher.
Oh,
So
sweet.
um, so you play your once every 5 days you pitch, and then the rest of the time, depending upon what your team makeup is, you'll be wherever. So they've been putting me as DH and as left field.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't
And
realize they added the fact that you could do the Otani path. That's kind of neat.
yeah,
Is that new
so
for this
that's
year or?
I think that's new for this year because I mean they based it like the whole story mode, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, this year is based on Otani. So they so you can do that. So that was pretty cool. So I went that path.
Cool.
Um, and then I've been playing Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Now, from what I've talked to, we've talked about this a bit before on here, but I've that's from everything I've heard is just that's a fantastic game.
Yeah, I like it. I especially the aspect. Now I've never played a Borderlands game. I think I
Really?
picked up the first one and I played it for maybe like 5 minutes and never played it again. But I really like the idea of like the juxtaposition of guns and rocket launchers and stuff, and like the fantasy settings. So like with skeletons and trebuchets and all that stuff, like so that did it for me, and that got me to buy in. And then the humor, of course, um, and it's funny because Will Arnett. Oh, why am I going to blank on everybody now? Will Arnett, Andy Samberg, and Wanda Sykes are three of the main like big voices in the game.
That's right. You and I talked about this like last year, that they were voicing this game. I thought we did maybe.
No, I think we talked about the movie.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah. No. So I'm a big Borderlands fan. I played the tar out of the first one, but my favorite's the second one. Um, I bought the third one because it was like I actually got it. It was really cool. I got the third one, the PS4 version, and it came with the PS5 upgrade
nice.
for free. But it was $5 at Five Below.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, um, then I got the free upgrade with it. So I thought that was a heck of a deal. But the thing is, like, I like 2 so much that I really haven't given third the time that it probably needs yet. And I just haven't played or picked up Tiny Tina's yet. So,
Gotcha.
but I've been playing Elden Ring, which like most of the world is right now.
Yeah.
So I first maybe week or two I played it, I did not like it at all because typical Souls game where you're just getting your head smashed in all the time. And I finally, for this is really rare for me on the game. Like I generally don't like to look anything up because I don't want to a find spoilers, and b I like to try to figure things out myself. And I just this game I just could not figure anything out. Like I was just getting crushed. And I finally was like, you know what? Picked up my phone and started looking up some things, and it's uh, it's really addictive. So I'm not going to say that I'm any good at it, and I'm still dying at random spots, but it's really really cool. It the more I play it, the more I like it. It's really unique in the sense of it's that open world Skyrim type, but you're kind of left on your own. Like you don't have these really linear quests per se that are laid out in front of you, like Breath of the Wild or Skyrim has. You're just kind of like you have to keep track of that yourself. And so everything I've done, I've just been wandering the map. Like I finally, I don't know how many hours I have into it, but I finally unlocked my first trophy. That's how like yeah, like
Wow.
it's crazy. I mean, I probably have I don't know 15 to 20 hours into it, but it's really really fun. I can understand why it's got such a following, but it's cool too because of the multiplayer kind of interface because you're always online, you know. So,
Thought
but
I had a sneeze there. That's why. That's that weird face you just saw me make.
oh, it's
I
all
was
good,
shutting my
man.
mic off, and I thought I was going to sneeze, but
All good, all good.
seems to have subsided.
So what else you playing? Anything else?
Um, no, not really. No, I'm there's a couple things that I'm looking at that I really need to dig in on, but I just like I still haven't played Metroid Dread, and I really want to. Like I have it, and I've owned it since it launched, but I've just been waiting for like the right moment to jump into it,
Right, right,
and I don't want to do it right now because I don't feel good, and so I don't want it to be tainted by the fact that I feel like a pile of garbage. I
right,
mean,
right.
wait till the Harambe pox have subsided, and then I'll start playing that hopefully. And I need to get back to NFL 2K because I abandoned my season or my roster, uh, my franchise. There we go. That's what I'm looking for because it froze after a game and I hadn't saved. So I got pissed off and forced quit and shut
Yeah,
the system off and haven't touched it.
yeah. Been there,
Um,
done that with
and
games.
then I need to dig back in on baseball mogul because I had been playing that a lot because I had been taking my laptop to work with me and doing some stuff for the pod at work. And then once I'm done, because it doesn't take long. So once I'm done, if I'm sitting at an off channel or something that's not like super busy at the time, I'll I'll load up Baseball Mogul and just play that because we can't play like real games
Hmm.
there because you can't because of the nature of the job. But something where I can just like stop looking at it and nothing happens
Right, right. Yeah,
there.
'cause that's the way the
Like
nature of that game is.
right.
The
So
and the cool thing too, you reminded me of this. Baseball Mogul, and I think we've talked about it here before. You can go on their website and grab older versions for free, like the full game completely free. And I think the most recent one is 2018. And truth be told, I mean, I know that game has had a lot of updates over the years, but quite frankly, from the first time I remember playing it in like 1997 through now, the interface still looks exactly the same.
yeah, the UI stayed. I mean, basically unchanged. Um, One thing I'll have to look at and I'll have to see what like how it changed was in the original version that I played, which I want to say it was like 97 or 98. Um, which I got out of like a PC Gamer mag, like on a demo disc. Once you got to a certain point, it was like they started introducing like aliens and women as owners of teams.
Yeah, yeah, and I
And
think they still have those options too. Like you see the women introduced, I think in like what 2034 or something like that.
yeah, and it was always funny to me that they threw women in at the same time that they threw aliens.
Yeah,
I was like, really? That's where we're at with this? Like,
yeah, yeah. And it's kind of funny too. I don't know if you noticed this. I noticed it playing the 2018 version. Like you're setting prices of like the concessions, and even if you're in a realistic year, like you're in the 1980s, it's like yeah, your ice cream or whatever it is 12 cents.
yeah,
Like it's like and your tickets are like $2. It's really insane to look at some of the pricing on it, knowing obviously where things are at now. But
yeah.
um, yeah, it's cool, and I think they offer free versions of their other software too, don't they?
I believe so. Yeah,
'Cause
I really, you know what? Now that you say that, I kind of want to see if they have a football version because I had actually gone. I went to the mall down here years ago, maybe before I even moved, and I bought. It was called Football Manager or Football Mogul,
mhm. Yeah,
but I don't.
they still have that.
But I don't know if maybe it wasn't by the same company or whatever. But it didn't have. But it was soccer, and I didn't realize it was soccer until I bought it, or maybe it wasn't even that. Maybe it was something completely different. I don't remember. But I bought a game that was supposed to be similar, and when I looked at it, it was nothing like what I don't know why I didn't bother to read it before I bought it, but it was like $5 and I'm walking through the mall and I'm like, really? I just paid money for this? And I threw it in the trash can. I never even got it home and played it.
Yeah, so there is a football manager game, but that's the soccer one,
Yeah.
which is entirely different publisher, whatever. But there is a football mogul, and they do offer I'm on their website now, and they do offer the 2017 version for free.
Hmm.
So anything up to 2017, and it looks like there's several versions behind that, starting in 2008. They're all for free, and the 2018 version is $5, and it looks like it's up to 2021. That's their most recent year.
Oh, no kidding.
So yeah, there is an actual American football one, and this company is called Sports Mogul. I think that's the only two games they do. So from my understanding, they do have something else that's kind of interesting. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but they actually have a tabletop game. Are you familiar with this?
No,
It's called Season Ticket Baseball,
really.
and it's the best way I could think of it. It's kind of like baseball, but like with a D&D feel to it.
Okay.
Because you have like the multi-sided die. You have a lot of paperwork in front of you to kind of keep track of. It kind of looks really cool, but like I don't know that you know, uh, the time or effort it would take to get into it. So, but it's kind of neat that they do have a paper version of it.
I wonder if that would be something we could do via Zoom or Skype or Google Meets or whatever, like set up a group of people and play that way.
Yeah, pretty
'Cause that
neat.
would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, pretty neat stuff. And it reminded me too. Do you remember? It was a tabletop game, and I still have my copy of it. Board game called All Star Baseball. Do you remember
Was that
that?
the one that came with the classic baseball card set?
No. These things were yellow. Like players were on yellow discs, and like they were. Um, oh, the board game. Like you kind of set it up, and it looked like a stadium, and then these little yellow discs slid into like basically on the slide the sides, like where the dugouts would be, and it had a spinner and it would correspond to like whatever would happen. So like I put in a real player like Ricky Henderson, for example, and like his would have a big area for hitting a single, whereas like a home run hitter would have a bigger area, like a real home run threat would have a lot bigger area for a home run.
Hmm.
And that's how it corresponded. And it's really, really neat. I still have mine. It came out for I don't know how many different years it came out, but I think the version I had was like 1987 or 88. But it's a really interesting board game, and that the one that Sports Mogul has is completely different. That's more of a, like I said, a D&D type thing. But yeah, it just made me think of that. I'll throw it whenever we post this. I'll throw a picture out there of what that
Yeah,
is. It's pretty interesting.
yeah, it
So,
sounds pretty cool.
anything else you're playing?
No, just that's pretty much it for what I'm playing at this point.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Elden Ring, and I've been playing a little bit of Mogul as well, but that's about it too. So, all right, so
Yeah.
we'll just do one more thing here, and then we'll call it because I know you're not obviously 100%. We'll just quick little show here. What are you listening to? Anything strike your fancy?
Danhausen's new AEW theme dropped. It's really good, really good. That 21 Guns by Green Day, um, All Nightmare Long by Metallica. Let's see what else, because I actually just made a playlist the other day. Necrogoblicon just released a new single called Bones, so I've been listening to that. This Is It by Necrogoblicon, and then the only real album that I've been listening to is Van Weezer by
Oh, nice,
obviously by Weezer, which outstanding album. It's a little
nice.
like a couple months old now, but actually maybe a year old now, but it's a really good album. Probably I would say their best album since Pinkerton.
Really? Wow. I'm not outside of the Blue album. I would say Pinkerton's probably my second favorite. It's really close to being my top, but there's just too many poppy iconic songs off the Blue one for me. So
Yeah,
plus that's one, and I know we've talked about it. That's one that's on repeat. You can listen to that one over and over and over again. So, but Pinkerton's
yeah,
such a good album.
yeah. And Van Weezer is a great album, but it's great in a different way. It's um, very. I mean, it's right in the name. It's very guitar riff driven. The one song, Blue Dream, is basically Paranoid
Hmm.
by Black Sabbath, but with different lyrics. Um, I might be wrong on the song because my brain is not functioning correctly, but it's a Sabbath song that they basically
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
remade.
that's
And
yeah.
I'm
Paranoid's a
fairly
Sabbath song,
certain it's
so
yeah, I'm fairly certain it's Paranoid, but my brain is gone at this point.
don't worry,
But
we're
the
not going to get
whole
called out by anybody.
yeah, Richie's the only one, but he's too busy getting pegged by Harley Quinn Smith right now. He's not going to listen anyway. Um, but yeah, it's a really good album. Highly recommend it. Threw some AFI on this one. The Celluloid Dream, Misaria Quinter, Clumsy by Our Lady Peace, which I know you had been listening to the other day. So I found that funny that was you put that up as I was listening to this. And then The Wild River by Dropkick.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, no, I always fall back on Our Lady Peace, particularly that live album is just fantastic.
Yeah,
But no, I've been digging a lot of I've been listening to a lot of Foster the People. Just really, really have grown a strong affinity for them. But I went back and it's funny. I listened to a lot of Redman, like Method Man and Redman.
hmm
And my goodness, like I have a really hard time. Like I'm trying to wrap my head around if he's like legitimately like one of the greatest lyricist rappers of all time. Just listening to how some of the stuff's put together, and I've always been a big fan of him, but it's just it's quite amazing. Like some of the stuff that really, if you listen to the lyrics and how well it really is written, it's fantastic. So listen to a lot of him. Uh, Lupe Fiasco, been listening to a lot of him too. Got real heavy back, obviously, in the Deftones. I always come and go with that. But it's funny with me and the Deftones, I always fixate like on one album. So like this time, like I went more for like not old, but like they have a self title that came out in 2003. It's the one with like Hexagram and Minerva and some of those songs that popped up in video games. I remember like I think one of them pops up in like Saints Row or one of those games like back in the day. Um, but yeah, no, just really, it's funny. And like on I have a like list, and I think I had 3 songs in a row from that album. So
Nice.
which it's funny because it came out that long ago. But now it's being summertime. I always listen to Incubus in the summer. But then just some like random. Have you listened to any of the? I picked this up a little bit too. The Mike Shinoda stuff after Chester died. Have you listened to
Uh,
any of his stuff? That's not like not the Fort Minor stuff, not the stuff that he did with that, but just him. And
there's a
I guess his
song called
band.
"Crossing the Line" that he does. That's really good. I've heard that, but I haven't heard anything beyond that.
Yeah, that's actually on the album. It's called Post Traumatic. He did it like not even, I don't know, a year or whatever so after Chester died. Um, but there's another song on that album called Nothing Makes Sense Anymore, and it's just yeah, it's really really good. So that's one. If I don't know, I can definitely recommend. I haven't listened to the whole album yet. I just got kind of caught up on a couple songs, but it's really good stuff.
I'll have to
But
check that out.
yeah, it's I mean, what came out like 4 or 5 years ago, so I mean, it's not exact. I was looking at it now, not exactly new, but uh, pretty good stuff. But no, that kind of wraps up what I'm doing. Have you seen any movies lately at all?
I saw Doctor Strange.
So yeah, what was your take on that?
Um, it was really good. Um, it's hard to talk about with no spoilers.
Yeah, no, that's
So,
that's fair. Just you liked it though.
um, I did like it. I wish they'd done some things differently. Um, I I thought it was well done the way they did it, but just the nerd in me wishes that certain things would have turned out differently. And I know that it's the multiverse, so what they did, you know, it it isn't the be all end all, but
Right.
I just kind of wish they would have done some things differently.
Yeah.
Also, just finished before we started. I finished the Halo series, which um, was good, but again, I kind of wish I don't know. Kind of, it was a good ending to the season, and I'm interested to see where they go from here.
That's
But
on
I kind of
Paramount, isn't
wish,
it?
yeah, it's on Paramount Plus,
Yeah.
and so I just kind of it. I mean, I get it. It's a cliffhanger. It's the end of the season. That's how you do these things. But there's certain things that happen where, like, I don't know. I kind of would have gone a different direction, but I get it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
but I
got you.
like the show overall. Like a lot of people are bitching about it. I think it's a good show.
Yeah, no, I saw the previews for it. I haven't checked it out yet. It's funny you say that though. One of the things that did kind of trigger my head. I've been reading a lot of articles. Obviously, I'm a big Twisted Metal fan, so they're
Oh
in the process
yeah.
of picking the cast out now. And I just saw that they cast Thomas Hayden Church in that. Um, so they've got some cast members set up. That's going to be on Peacock. But the way I understand it though, they're kind of going more a comedy route with it than.
Wait a second. I didn't see that they cast Thomas Hayden Church. Who is he
Hmm.
going to be?
Yeah, he's not gonna be like a character that we would be familiar with. In fact,
Oh,
I think was Anthony Mackie, right, got cast first in that.
mhm.
And I looked at his character up and he's playing some milkman, which I'm wondering if they're just like not doing the typical characters because supposedly they're relaunching the game on the side or it's going to be, I don't know, it's rumored alongside this TV show.
Hmm.
So they may just be coming up with a whole new cast of characters, or these are just like side characters, and they'll pepper in like Sweet Tooth, Mr. Grimm. I mean, you can't really make that show without some of the main ones, I would think.
Right, you'd think. Now, um, speaking of games, that reminds me that did you see the announcement about Fall Guys?
Yes, yes. I actually saw it through you. coming cross-platform everywhere for free, right? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
June 21st, I think it is.
that's pretty awesome. Because right
And
now
apparently,
it's what I know. I play it on PC or have. I
yeah,
haven't played in a while, but
it's PC and PlayStation 4 and 5 um, exclusive. Now it's going to be coming cross-plat all the way, and cross-play, and free to play. And if you had purchased it prior, you're going to get some kind of extra cosmetic stuff.
oh,
So,
cool.
and I think a season pass.
Sweet. I noticed because I have Amazon Prime and I get the Prime Gaming stuff, and that game always comes up with like, or excuse me, the Prime Gaming thing every month comes up with the free Fall Guys costumes and all that.
Oh, see, now I'm pissed because I've got Prime and I bought Fall Guys, and for whatever reason, I just completely missed that they were giving out Fall Guys stuff.
Yeah, not all the time, but it comes up quite frequently. And yeah, it's something. I mean, a lot of people don't know they have that with Prime, is Prime Gaming, which you have games that you basically can add to your accounts using Epic or I think Good Old Games, some other services that kind of associate with it, and yeah, you get whole games for free.
Hmm,
In fact, it was funny you mentioned Football Manager. That I think that was the free game last month. Was Football Manager 2021 or one of the
hmm,
free games?
interesting.
The soccer one, not
Yeah, I mean, so is it really even something that anybody gives a shit about?
not us. You know,
No,
any good standing American? No.
no, I'm far too cultured to be interested in soccer, in kicky
Yeah,
ball.
but no, it's I forget about it too. But like I downloaded World War Z. That was free. I
No, I could.
didn't play it much, but uh,
Yeah.
the trying to think, I got a couple games I put on the computer for Tommy. Um, Journey to the Savage Planet
Hmm,
was a freebie, and there's a I mean, it's interesting. They put out games that generally have been out for 2 or 3 years. They're not really ultra popular titles, but they're full-blown versions and they're free. So it's, or, obviously it comes part of your service. You're
right.
paying for it one way or the other,
Um,
but
that reminds me too. Totally Accurate Battle Simulator is also coming to the Switch.
totally. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Okay. I know nothing about this game, but I do like I'm looking this up now.
Yeah. So it's cool because you can just throw all different things. Like if I'm thinking of the same game, it's the one where you can throw like 100 chickens versus like 50 horses.
Oh yeah, dude, this looks awesome. So you said that's coming to
That's coming to the Switch.
Switch. Okay. That's
So
cool.
yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that coming to the Switch. Um,
Is it a PC game?
yeah, it's a PC.
That's cool. Yeah.
Apparently, it's on Xbox too. Um, so no, actually, maybe I'm looking at it. Maybe I'm thinking of a completely different game because this one, it says you send wobblers. So I don't know what the hell this game is, but I
I
mean,
don't know. I'm just looking at images, man, and this looks like something that just looks fun.
yeah.
Like
I
it
was
looks
hoping it
fun.
was the one where you could throw like all the different animals at each other, and like where you could drop, like, obviously you couldn't do like the like licensed characters, but I've seen them where they've dropped Godzilla versus like 100 snapping turtles or something like that, like that kind of stuff.
I think it's awesome because it looks very open. Like you pretty much can do whatever you want with it. Look,
Yeah.
because looking at the different screens, and I don't know. I'm sure some of this stuff is skins, but um, or whatever mods. Um, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
digging.
I'll still get it because it still looks funny as hell, but like, I don't know, I kind of now uh what's my anticipation is a little bit tempered because I thought it was going to be so different. Like, all right, here we go. So we've got, I'm just watching the trailer, and the one thing they did is they had a bunch of people shoot um, I guess they're arrows, like they're arrows with plungers on them
Yeah,
at a woolly
I'm watching
mammoth,
this too. Yeah, this is great.
and
And
it's got balloons that come out and it lifts the mammoth off the ground.
yeah, because
So
it's a straight up like wrong physics game.
yeah,
Oh, it's so
so
good.
yeah, I'm still kind of excited about it. Like, but I also like I don't know. I feel like it might have the same kind of issue as Goat Simulator, where for me, Goat Simulator was the funniest fucking thing I played for like 10 to 15 minutes.
Right, right.
And I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest game ever, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, after like that 10 to 15-minute grace period, I was like, okay, yeah, so that was the thing I played. That was okay. Like, but what now?
Well, this is totally a game that I could see Tommy liking. So
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. This game for the kids is going to be fantastic. They're going
yeah.
to love it as long as it's not priced stupidly.
Well, on
So
Steam right now it's $20. So I can't imagine Switch being. I mean, I would imagine probably digital only if it's a $20 Steam game. Because if you cart that game, it's going to be $40.
right, yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So
I mean, unless it's a situation where there's like unlimited run or something like that, which limited run they might put it out, but I don't know if they will or not.
yeah, no, that's cool. I've never even heard of that, and that looks really neat. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know what the one was that I was confusing it with, where you could put the snapping turtles versus the dinosaur and stuff like
I
that.
think it. I don't know. This might be it because I'm looking at some of the other ones, and it had like you know a bunch of something versus like a couple of guys in one of the trailers. So I don't know. That's cool. No, yeah, no, that's interesting. Huh. There's yeah, been a couple spin-offs too, which is interesting. Totally accurate battle zombilator and totally accurate battlegrounds. uh that's cool. Now I have to check that one out. But now we're talking about uh the anything coming out like TV. Well, I haven't watched really anything lately at all, to be honest with you. But the Twisted Metal thing, I've been following that because I'm excited for that. I just hope that they don't screw that up.
Yeah, yeah,
That's just one of those things that I still have Twisted Metal Black installed on my PS5, and I'll just go back and you know, it's funny that a game is 20 plus years old and I still pick it up and play it occasionally on a brand new system.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's well, yeah, okay. I was gonna say that's 2K5, but that's not a brand new system anymore. That's still 360. So
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's funny. As I sit here and watch you almost die.
yeah, that was super fun. I love that.
But no, I figure we'll keep this one short. I know you're not feeling well at all. You got anything you want to finish us off with here, man?
Dick's out for Harambe Pox.
Yes, Harambe Pox. Yeah, get over your Harambe Pox.
But yeah, I'm gonna try. Hopefully, I don't stumble into a Cincinnati zoo and get shot.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah,
No.
I'll try not to. I'll try to stay away from Cincinnati at all, if at all possible.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, that's just good life advice, kids. Don't go to Cincinnati. There's just no reason to.
Yeah, I mean, no.
Stay out of Ohio altogether.
Yeah, it's yeah, no.
I mean, there's what is that? What is that cool amusement park there, Cedar Point? I
Hey,
mean, that's
I got a good story about that place though.
oh Jesus.
So I have it recorded too. Um, we have a crazy neighbor of ours, or former neighbor of ours, who claimed that he went on a roller coaster there, that he went 624 miles an hour in 2 seconds. And we're like, that's like faster than the speed of sound.
Well, I mean, look, we should probably go find out. Like
Yeah.
that might be the one place there, and I guess Canton is okay because that's where the Pro Football Hall of Fame is.
I went there when I was a kid. That place was kind of cool.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go. I wanted to go when Doc got. We talked about going when Doc got inducted, but that just wasn't able to happen. But I would like to go at some point.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
we
neat.
can go. We can go when Carson Wentz gets inducted. Oh wait.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Now
on that
watch, he
note,
probably turns out a Hall of Fame career.
yeah, I fucking just jinxed us.
Yeah,
I'm gonna chalk that one up to the Harambe Pox.
yeah, yeah. Well,
So
on that note,
yeah, let's end this before I curse us anymore.
yeah. All right, noisebrigadepod.com, hashtag Harambe Pox.
Yeah.